Ladies and gentlemen, greetings, Assalamu alaikum, which means peace be unto you. Before I thank His Royal Highness, I'd just like to make two comments on some of the questions which are raised. And I think we in the United States of America are equally responsible for that terrorism that came about in the world. Why do I say that? We were the ones who provided highly toxic books to 5 million Afghan refugees in Pakistan. Those books were printed by the University of Nebraska Press with a $50 million grant from the State Department. Those books were teaching nothing but hatred. Hatred against the Soviet Union, but once you get addicted to hatred, you can't get rid of it. So we have to work together collectively, here and abroad, to eliminate this, disease of terrorism. No religion permits it. I believe all religions are peaceful, only the followers are bad. See, here and there. So my request to the people who raised those questions is that let us also pay attention to what our State Department is doing, or has been doing in the past. I am very grateful to His Royal Highness Prince Turki King Faisal Al Saud for taking the time out of his extremely busy schedule to grace us in this lecture series on a very important topic, nationally as well as internationally. We hope this meritorious beginning will continue every year. His Royal Highness touched on the issues which are pertaining to Saudi Arabia and the United States, and how Saudi Arabia is contributing in solidifying or in strengthening the ties within the region and promoting global peace. I am also grateful to Honorable Thomas Richard, Mayor of our great city, for agreeing to support the topic by his presence. I salute you, sir. Further, I am very grateful to my own president, Dr. John Halstead, and his team of administrators, Dr. Ann Hewitt, and Dr. Trillo, our dean, and Hewitt, our provost, a dynamic group that is taking the college fast forward in every field under the dynamic leadership of our president. Thank you, sir. I'm equally grateful to our very dynamic chairwoman, Dr. Alison Parker, for help in organizing this event. I am far more grateful to Karen Pena, a person who led the team of volunteers to organize this function. Karen, wherever you are, I salute you and I salute your I gave you a hug before, I'll give you a hug at the end. Finally, I'd like to thank Sumaya Malik, Nadia Malik, our two daughters, and my wife, Dr. Saud Malik, for gifting this lecture series in my name on a topic which is very dear to my heart from the very first day I landed in North America. I love you all. You are my life. I salute you with both hands. Ladies and gentlemen, the topic is just a few reflections. The topic of our conversation this afternoon is crucial, very crucial. We have 9 nuclear powers in the world, and there are many wannabes. They have sophisticated delivery systems. Our globe is sitting on a powder keg until we develop broader understanding among each other. Here I move around to Christianity and Islam. Around 60 to 65% of the global population is followers, they are followers of either Islam or Christianity. If this 60 to 65% of the global population shook hands with each other and said, we want to solve the problems of the world, they can easily do that. 60 to 65% problems of the world will be solved. Instead, as our honorable guest pointed out, made a reference in a question and answer time period to crusades and so on and so forth, we find we do not need to have another clash of civilizations. We need to stop there. There are many thoughts on clash of civilizations coming. And I believe the book written on clash of civilizations, what's his name? Samuel Huntington. He puts the force or thrust on Muslims. Totally wrong. We must have a self-reflection and look at how much hatred is there among Christians, on Islam. There are fringe elements everywhere, in every religion. We have to sidetrack them. We have to leave them aside. And the moderate elements have to move forward to build global bridges for peace and tranquility. This is what I sincerely believe. This is what Jesus and Muhammad, peace be upon both of them, would want us to be. To be people who are bringing peace to humanity, to mankind. I just give you a few. This is, I say in my book, the last sentence is, this is our survival kit. Believe me, this is our survival kit. Hatred cannot be accepted or tolerated any longer anywhere in the world. We have become a very small globe. And Hillary Clinton was the first one who invented the expression global village. We are indeed a global village. When I flew over from Pakistan to here, it took me 4 or 5 days. When I tried to call my parents, I have arrived safely. It took me 6 days. The system was going through Montreal to London to Dubai, to Cairo to Dubai, to Karachi to Lahore, and then to my town. Now I can take my phone out and can talk to my brother, and it is as if he's talking next door to me. This is how close we have become. The war in war in Kuwait was won by fact systems, which were telling the American soldiers, this is where the forces are. So we are living in a very different world today. It's a very promising world, it's a very dangerous world, and we have to pay attention to both aspects of it. After 9/11, I was invited to speak at a church on 9/16/11, around 18 miles from where we live. My wife was driving and I was mulling over as to what I was going to say. I was totally at a loss. I'm serious. I was totally at a loss. What am I going to say in this moment of emotional distress here? Ladies and gentlemen, I took refuge in the Holy Quran. I started to recite Surah Al-Fatiha, the first page. I recited it 6 or 7 times. I was stuck on the first verse. Alhamdulillah Rabbil Alameen. What does it mean? It means, my Creator, my God, my Rabb, my Allah, I am thankful to you. You are the Creator, maintainer, sustainer of all the worlds up, above, beyond, here and under, and everything among them. And every Muslim, ladies and gentlemen, recites this, a minimum practicing Muslim, 43 times a day. And more. How could a Muslim who believes in this kill when he thanks for everything, all the creation of our Creator, you see, and that's not possible. What kind of Muslims they are. After that became my, you see, came to my sport, and my thought process started to develop what I was going to say. After my speech, my wife and I were asked to stand in a reception line. A couple came to us. The man was 6 foot 3/4 inches tall. He shook hands with us and he told me, Dr. Malik, Until this morning, I wanted to kill every Muslim. You changed my mind. What? I said to myself, if a 45-minute conversation can change somebody's mind from a genocidal thought to willing to live together, don't we need dialogue? That was a turning point after 9/11 in my life, that we need more and more and more dialogue with each other, even with differences. I represented the Muslim community at Martin Luther King celebrations every year for 8-9 years. And I would say there that Martin Luther King's soul cannot rest until all the oppressed nationalities of the world have been freed. And I'll mention Palestine, I'll mention Kashmir, I'll mention Chechnya, I'll mention other places. Rabbi Judah Miller would be sitting next to me, very dear friend. When I would come back, he has moved. But we will be, whenever we meet, we'll talk to each other. And we became close friends on 1993. He wanted Muslims and Jews to celebrate the Oslo Accords. We were at his temple. It was evening time. Maghrib prayer was there. We gave the call to prayers. They made arrangements that over 100 Muslims said their prayer in a side room, the Jewish temple. During my conversation, I asked my Jewish audience, I said, this talk is not for Muslims, this talk is for you. Do you know that Muslims established your presence in 636 in Jerusalem? You were not there. Do you know again you were not there after 1190 something, after the Crusades that occupied? Salahuddin again established your presence in Jerusalem in 1187. I said, let me tell you further. Too many Jews from Spain was fleeing across into northern Africa, pleading Muslims for help. One Moses took you out of bondage from Egypt. Another Moses sent an army to help relieve the oppression on you. And his name was Moses bin Nusair, or Musa bin Nusair, as we call him in Islamic terminology. And he sent Tariq. And he created a golden age of Jewish history, and this is the Jewish statement. Golden age of Jewish history is in Muslim rule in Spain. Why are we fighting? I told them that not only Islam and Judaism were very close spiritually, I also told them that, look, you are cousins again and again. From Abraham to Ishmael and Isaac. Do you know who Isaac took refuge with? It was a Palestinian king. Read the books. Not written by Muslims, written by Americans. And I then said to them, you have to share with each other for the growth of peace in the region. But also, I have to recognize this thing. It is the freedom in this country which allows you to say all of these things. At an academic institution, or publicly, or privately, wherever. Nadia standing up? No. Ladies and gentlemen, I like to thank everybody, and I salute you all. I hope we continue this tradition, and I like a promise from all of you that we will all work to build bridges among all of us, regardless of our faith or, you see, whatever. We have in Rochester now everything. Interfaith Forum started in 1970s informally, became very formal in 1980s. Thereafter, Interfaith Alliance, Christian Muslim Commission, Jewish Muslim Commission, Catholic Muslim Alliance, the Bishop of Rochester, a very reverend, is sitting right there. We are weaving together with each other on all different fronts. Peace be unto all of you.